Of course, I agree that no indigenous culture or religion should be exploited. Appropriation without attribution, i.e. normalization, or exploitation for commercial purposes. However, reverential incorporation into one's own spirituality is not, I don't think, something that these spirits of the earth are against. The point that I make is, take back my own. I can't really narrow that down because as I trace my familial heritage back as far as I can go, already I'm divided into a great many different cultures, including Judaic culture, and the one thing I haven't found any of yet is any Norse or Scandinavian ancestry. So certainly some Celtic, but okay, that's one problem. The other problem, I was born in Southern California, literally at the foot of a 10,000 foot mountain. The spirit of that mountain claimed me and spoke to me. Before I even knew that that's what I was doing, I prayed to that mountain. That mountain is my mother as much as any mountain in the Swiss Alps, where some of my ancestors are from. But most of my ancestry I can't trace back as far as pre-Christian. So, by the time you get back to, say 1500, discounting inbreeding, you have ancestors in the thousands to count. So it's kind of hard to narrow down. Oh, and also my totem animals presented themselves to me in holy places, coincidentally, that I didn't even know yet were holy places to the Native Americans. Like, for example, it was on San Jacinto that a rattlesnake had a close encounter with me that I later found out that, according to Native American religion, would have been interpreted as a presentation of a spirit animal. At a similar time of my life, I came face to face with a mule deer buck near Yosemite. Okay, you know what? I don't have any fucking privacy. I thought I could just park somewhere, an abandoned parking lot, but no, some fuck has to come and take a look. So it's just the two of us in the parking lot. Okay, that's great. I swear. These are just my opinions, my theories at best, philosophies, my own, and this is my disclaimer. I do not deny the sins of my ancestors. I can own the sins of my ancestors. I can acknowledge the unjust position of power and the fact that I am here on this land that was wrongly conquered and wrongly taken. And I here in this culture am a citizen, but not by my choice, but by my birth. At the same time, I acknowledge the unfair advantages that I have and the unfair advantages that I don't have. It isn't that hard, boys and girls. We are evolving. In that I own the sins of my ancestors, I also have the privilege of righting their wrongs. It is not disrespectful to the dead to attempt to correct their mistakes and thereby elevate them. I and all of you who are alive at this moment late in time represent the triumph, the success of our ancestors. In your conscience is the success of your ancestors. Wouldn't you like to know that your descendants would do the same for you? Not elevate your sin just for the sake of it. Imagine that you do have an immortal soul. In that moment, that dream before dying, you enter into timeless time, non-chronological time, where all time exists at once. In that split second that is owned by many gods that many of our ancestors worshipped. Jesus Christ. There's only one way to do it. I am an anarchist. Along with no hierarchy, i.e., no government. What that means is no fucking dogma. I don't care who your ancestors are. I don't want their dogma. Mine, yours, theirs. And if you go back far enough, and it isn't that far, we're all one family. We are most definitely all one family. Race doesn't exist. That, 23andMe crap, all they're doing is comparing certain markers on your DNA to the majority that live in a certain place today. Where did we come from? Where the jury is kind of out on that. It has been the stuff of war and genocide, drama, and political and commercial gain, unjust power, violence, death, the tears of our ancestors, and the blood of our children today. So, if I have to escape from your bullshit politics, I'm going to start renaming all those incarnations of all those gods that the ancestors that I have memories from. Nobody told me any stories. You know who told me my stories? My pineal gland, my ancestral memories. And if I have them, they're mine to claim. So I will rename the gods as they speak to me. Brinibus being my first. I'll tell you more about him later. He's a little fairy. Or an alien, depending on how you want to look at it. No dogma. Here we are. We're going to be lucky if we survive the century, okay? So, anarchy, fight the power, peace, love, family, earth. I swear, y'all. More to come.